unmute, use the Zoom chat window. There's a chat window over there. You can use that for your confirmations. So before we get into the topic, let me introduce myself. I'm Preethi here. I'll be the instructor for the complete DevOps course. And I have almost 16 plus years of experience into IT, worked in different roles, worked with different tools and strategies, particularly in DevOps. Currently, I'm working as a DevOps lead and manager, and I'm a certified professional in Kubernetes and Terraform. That's a brief about myself. Let me talk about the course, why you should join the course, who will benefit out of this course. So let me talk about all of those things. So before we jump into the course, let me tell you this course is for everyone or anyone who are interested to learn DevOps and make a career into it, right? You might be an experienced professional or you might be a completely newbie coming from different background. This course suits everyone. You may be having a question, how can the course suit everyone? It is designed in such a way that we'll be covering every topic from basics till advanced concepts. Basics are fundamentals are very, very important to know what is happening at the back end. These are very important to troubleshoot and work in the real projects. That is the strength of a technical expertise. So every topic will be dealt from the basics till the advanced concepts, so that you will see the real scenarios. Also, when you start working in your projects, you can relate it better, you gain confidence working on them. So that's the main agenda. And also to clear the interviews. As we are learning every topic thoroughly, perfectly, you will be able to clear any sort of questions given in the interview, right? So that is the main agenda of the course, to clear the interviews, to switch your careers into DevOps, to work in the project confidently. These are the 3 points that was the agenda for this course. If you are looking for anything else out of this, or if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me. So this course is designed by me. I have designed this course, the topics which are the market needs, what is needed in the market, what are interviewers looking for, or looking in the candidates, what are the expertise they are expecting from the candidates, what level of expertise in which particular topic. Let's say you take a Docker. In this Docker, what kind of expertise interviewers, organizations are looking for the candidates, what is the need of that. So that is kept in mind while preparing the course. The course is curated with all of these expertise put in there, right? So it's not just a dump of topics covered there. Every topic will be dealt with the real scenarios. Practicals will be covered. Theory is very less in DevOps. Today will be completely theory. That is all the theory we have in the entire course. And of course, every day, like when we deal with some architecture and all, that is a theory, but rest of it will be completely practicals. DevOps is 99% practicals. A little percentage of it would be theory, which is again very much in needed, and which will be very crisp. So that is how we go with this course. So today we'll be talking about the big picture, a high level picture of DevOps, roles and responsibilities of a DevOps engineer. What is a DevOps delivery pipeline, DevOps tools and skill set, and who can become a DevOps engineer, who are eligible to become a DevOps engineer. These topics will be dealt with. And also there is a special offer for the candidates who join the webinar today. So stay tuned and get connected. Like any questions you have, any concerns, anything you want to discuss, please raise your hand. I can help you unmute yourself or use the Zoom chat window. Let's have a very interactive session that helps maximum outcome of the course, right? So let's get started. Okay, there's a question from Ashok Babu. Thanks for the question, Ashok. What is the difference between DevOps and DevSecOps? I'll be covering it towards the end of the course, Ashok. Okay, first let's learn what is DevOps. Then we'll talk about what is DevSecOps. Hope that works. Right. So let's get started understanding what is DevOps. Like every one of you, or else majority of you, or maybe everyone might be aware of what is DevOps, right? Feel free to share your inputs on what it is, how it works. Right. I'm sharing my Blackboard. Hope you all can see the black screen. So let us understand what DevOps is from the basics. right? Like what it is, what it does, like who are the teams work for it, why it came in. Whenever you are learning anything, any IT course, or for that matter, anything, you should understand why this came in, like why we should learn it, what is the purpose of it. So that's what we are doing now, why DevOps and what it is exactly, right? So let's focus on these points now. So when you talk about DevOps, it shows or it clearly tells you it's a combination of two terms, development and operations. Right. So what is a development team and what is an operation team who works for it? Let me give a simple example. Any application you are using today in your daily life, like we are using so many applications in our daily life, right? Maybe a shopping application, a banking application, or else a networking application, social media, whatever it is. Any product you are using means it has gone through a lot of process and then it is with you. Like it reaches the end users after going through a lot of process, and many teams are involved in it, right? There are multiple teams who work for the application, who work for application reaching the end users, right? So there were so many teams who work for it, and here I'm focusing on dev team, development team, operations team, and one more team, QA team. Of course, like I told, many people are involved, many teams are involved, but I'm talking about these three teams today. So dev team, QA team, quality assurance team, and ops teams. So as you know, development team is nothing but who write the code, who design the application, who build the application, right? They will be writing the code, design the application, and build the application. So once the application coding is done, testers, QA people are nothing but the test professionals who will test the application to detect any bugs or any defects, right? So this is a QA team who will work for this, who will fix the bugs, who will identify the defects. Sorry, they'll not fix the bugs, they'll identify the bugs or defects, send them to who will fix the bugs. Those defects or bugs identified will be sent to the development team. They have to fix it, and again that will be sent to testers for testing it. Again they'll keep on testing it. Again there are different levels of testing, different types of testing, different test tools used, different automation tools used. Like you have acceptance testing before it goes to production, and there are some non-functional tests also executed, right? Some different test tools will be there, even manual testing will be performed. After that, like if it is defect free, if it is bug free, then it should be deployed. For anyone new here, deploy means, let's assume, running an application so that end users can use it, right? What exactly is by deployment? How do you deploy it manually? How do you deploy it automatically? All of that we'll cover. Okay, we are having dedicated chapters for that. We'll be covering them in depth. So just understand, okay, ops teams, it's a responsibility of operations team to deploy the application and run the application. Okay. Sorry, there is some glitch. Okay. So operations team are the ones who deploy the application and see that it reaches the end users. So before they deploy the application, ops teams have to set up the environment, right? Let's say Zoom developers have developed some Java application. So they should install the right version of Java on the servers, right? They should install some dependencies. Maybe they want to deploy this application on Tomcat. They should install right versions of Tomcat. So ops teams have to set up the environments for running the application by installing the right versions of the softwares. So for this, they will do this setup, but this setup will differ from different, I mean, OS to OS, right? It might be different in Windows, it might be different in Linux, and so on. Whenever this dev and QA team are handing over the application to ops team, they will also hand over the instruction document, right? Instruction document with what are the compatible versions of Java, Tomcat they should install, what are needed for the application, etc. Even though they provide this instruction document, right, when ops teams follow that instruction document, instructions may not be completely clear, right? Instructions may not be clear. Some of the instructions might be working on Windows, some of them may not be working on Windows, right? And some of them might not be understood by ops teams, right? Because here the point is, yeah, Here the point is like a dev team and QA team, their skill set is different. Of course, dev team's main focus is programming language. They would be knowing programming language. They'll have database knowledge, build knowledge and all. Right? Ops teams would be different. They don't have programming skills. Their skill set is different. Ops team skill set is different, right? Because their skill set is different, their core competencies are different. Each may not be able to understand other instructions. Means given instructions given by the development team, maybe from the perspective of development, may not be understood by ops teams, right? So there might be some. I'm sorry, just a second. Uh, Okay, there might be the instructions may not be completely understood because of their difference in their skill set, difference in their core competencies. So because of this difference, there is some gap. Instructions may not be understood properly given by dev team, and there is a lot of delay in deployment. Let's say coding and testing is completed in January. It might be deployed in some June or so. So deployment is very slow, right? Deployment takes some time. Means it takes some time for new features to reach end users, which is not expected, right? So the expectation companies need the new features should reach the end users very quickly, right? Deployments should be faster. So how do you overcome this problem? How can we make deployments faster? Any solution for this? That is one of the reasons why DevOps came in. Anyone can think of what is the solution. Of course, I told you like DevOps should come in, but how DevOps will increase the deployments, like increase the pace of the deployments or accelerate the deployments? So why DevOps came in? Because of slower deployments, right? How can it become faster with DevOps? How it will be with the DevOps, we'll learn. But I'm just talking about reasons for now. That's one of the reasons. Next reason is again, okay, there's a dev team and QA team. I'm including dev and QA into one team as dev and ops team. Let's say dev team needs some new operating system or else new service to work with, right? They may need some new operating system or else they may need some issue with this. Just a second, I'll just relaunch this. So, dev team may need some new operating system, may need a new service to test their application, to build their code, right? So, if they need any change in the infra, they would send the request to ops teams because they are not supposed to do on it. And ops teams have to serve the request of the dev team. Before ops team serves the request of dev team, ops team have to do lot of checks. If they have made this change, is the infrastructure going to be stable? If they make this change, is any service going to be down? Is it going to impact any connections, any network connections? So they would do all these checks before they serve the request, because ops teams always look for stability in the infrastructure. Whereas dev and QA team always look for agility in the infrastructure because they need some changes to execute their tasks, to execute their builds, to execute their test case and so on. Right? Whereas ops teams are responsible to maintain the stable infra always. And each doesn't understand the other team. Dev team doesn't understand why ops team is taking so much time because they're waiting for their changes. Meanwhile, ops team doesn't understand why dev team is requesting always something which they are not sure of, right? So there arises some gap between these teams. There is some gap between these teams, right? There is no proper understanding, no proper collaboration. There is a gap between the teams. How can we eliminate the gaps so that the teams can work together and the teams can work together and bring up good productivity? How can they work with more collaboration, proper understanding without blame game? Is there any solution? That is another reason why DevOps came in, to eliminate the gap between the teams. Is that the only reason why DevOps came in? Of course, the next reason is to overcome the drawbacks posed by the software or the traditional development lifecycle or the traditional methodologies. Uh, let's talk about SDLC now. What is SDLC? Software development lifecycle, right? Which includes the various stages for development. Means there are different stages which are involved in development, like requirement gathering. Initially, it's requirement gathering, requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, delivery, and maintenance. These are the different phases involved in software development, right? They go like each phase goes one after the other. Only after gathering, analysis begin. After analysis, design. After design, coding, and so on. So it just goes in one direction from top to bottom, and hence it's called waterfall model. Yes, I'm talking about a typical waterfall methodology which served the industry for decades, right? But this methodology has got lot many challenges for both dev team and ops team, right? See here, don't worry if you don't know what is waterfall methodology and all. Here we are just trying to understand the differences between the methodologies. Just an overview will do. Point is not to drive you with these methodologies. So development team face lot of challenges. This is a very slow model. After complete development, only testing begins. Right. Meanwhile, developers have to work on new code. Then they come up with bugs in the old code, right? Right, they have pressure to work on the old and new code. They have to work on new code, fix the bugs in the old code, which is a problem or a challenging task. Also, it's not flexible because it just goes in one direction. If client want to bring up new modifications or new requirements, modifications to the existing ones, or bring up new requirements, that's not possible. Waterfall model is like you get the requirements in 2025, they are freezed. You will not accept any modifications requirements, and you deliver it after 2 years, 2027. By the time you deliver the same requirements, client may not need it anymore. Today business changes rapidly. It's a customer facing world. It should be able to accommodate the new changes or the new requirements, but which doesn't happen in waterfall. So all complete software is delivered all at once, right? Which doesn't have any importance because client doesn't need by the time. So waterfall methodology has these many challenges faced by development team. Similarly, ops teams also face challenges because it's a slow methodology. They have to maintain the servers up and running for longer duration, which is a challenge again. Poor configuration management. Configuration management is a separate concept. We will learn it separately. We have a dedicated tools for it like Ansible. Configuration management is having a detailed history of changes happening on the server. What changes happening on which server, right? All of that complete detailed history will be there, which is a configuration management. There is no proper tools used then. It was all manual, no control over the infrastructure. Similarly, monitoring is manual. If there are one or two servers, you may monitor manually. But if you have huge infrastructure, you need a monitoring tool which can also send the notifications of what changes are happening, right? So these are all the challenges posed by waterfall methodology for both development and ops teams. How to overcome these challenges? How to overcome these challenges? That's where again DevOps came in. Right, that's why DevOps came in to eliminate the challenges posed by traditional methodologies, to overcome the gap between the teams, and to make the deployments faster. These are the reasons why DevOps came in. Actually, those are the reasons. Now we'll talk about what is DevOps. But before going to what is DevOps, let us talk about meanwhile, Agile also came in to overcome the challenges posed by waterfall methodology. But Agile was successful and can overcome the challenges faced by developers. But challenges of ops team were still there, right? But it is successful to a certain extent. How Agile worked and how can it overcome challenges of developers? Let me just give you an overview. In Agile, there will be continuous releases. Frequent releases will be there. Frequent releases every week or every alternative week, there will be a release, right? So code is always stable and ready for deployments. There is an issue with this marker. Okay, so code is always ready and stable. Every week or every alternative week, there will be releases so that they can accommodate new requirements or modifications to the requirements. So it's flexible enough, right? Also, in Agile methodology, yeah, in Agile, every week, let's say a week one, code is developed in bits and parts. Let's say a chunk of code A is developed, right? Immediately on week two, testers will be testing it. Immediately it will go for testing. It's not that it will go for testing after a month or 2 months. Testing. Meanwhile, developers will not sit idle. They will be developing another chunk of code called B. Right? Means if you notice, every week both development and testing are happening. Means development and testing are happening iteratively, parallelly. At some point of time, like on week 3 or week 4, again A and B will be combined and tested. Means in Agile it uses continuous development. Developers will keep on writing the code, continuous testing, continuous integration. Okay, we are having again a separate module for continuous integration where we execute those manually, where we execute this automatically in the pipeline. But here I'm telling you like continuous delivery, continuous testing, continuous integration are in Agile, which helps the which help overcome the problems faced by development team, right? Because development and testing are happening parallelly, iteratively, it overcome the challenges. It could accommodate the new modifications, new requirements, right? So it is successful to certain extent, but then deployment is manual, right? So that's where DevOps came in. Hope you got the reasons why DevOps came in. Is this much clear for everyone? Any questions from anyone in this part? Appreciate your quick responses. You can use thumbs up or the Zoom chat or any questions. Raise your hand. I can unmute you so that you can speak. Anyone? Is this much clear for all of you? So we were talking about why DevOps came in. Thank you all for confirming. Any questions still, let me know. So that's the reason why DevOps came in. Anything you want to share here? Okay. So then what is DevOps? What exactly is DevOps? DevOps is nothing but continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, along with the continuous deployment and monitoring is DevOps. Marker is having issue. Sorry for that. I have to restart the system, I think, but let me go with it for now. So continuous deployments and continuous monitoring. Everything is iterative, parallelly happening. The term continuous is important. Means, let me tell you, any change developer have, let's say developers will write the code, right? Any change made by developer, right? From the desk of a developer, it reaches the production table automatically without any manual intervention. This is called DevOps. It reaches the production table automatically. And how it reaches the production table automatically, what are the stages involved here, what are the practices, what are the strategies involved here, what are the tools we use here, this is all nothing but CI/CD pipeline, and that's where DevOps engineer comes into picture. This is the complete automation process. Whoever want to become a DevOps engineer will be working in this process of automation. Whoever interested to work in DevOps will be working here. And there is some misunderstanding or misconception that DevOps engineer should write the code. No, development team still is there. Do you see here? Development team will be still there. Testing team also will be there. Testers will write the automated test cases. Developers will write the coding. Once developers is ready with the code, right, we'll create the CI/CD pipeline, which will pull the code and execute the test cases written by testers, integrate into the system, deploy it automatically, monitor it, and of course, deploy it automatically to production, first by deploying it to lower environments and then to production and then monitoring. All of this happens automatically. This is called CI/CD pipeline, where a DevOps engineer comes into picture. Let's say you might be a developer now, you might be a developer for 15 years, now you want to become a DevOps engineer. So you should be focusing on this part. You should be focusing on this red part, this part. Not in development or testing, not by writing a code or testing. You will be focusing on this part. What are all the tools used here? How do you automate it? How do you deploy to lower environments automatically? Then how do you move it to production? All of this is what is DevOps. We'll be learning all of that thoroughly in this course. So anyone, whoever interested in this part of taking the code to production server automatically can become a DevOps engineer. You don't need to be a tester for it. You don't need to be a developer, or you don't need to have any background for it. Even freshers are eligible, because like take a simple example. I'll be receiving questions. Am I fresher? Am I eligible to learn DevOps? Take a simple example. Take a development team. If you take a development team, right, if you take a development team, there'll be different levels of people with experiences, different levels of experiences, right? There'll be junior developer, senior developer, lead, manager, and so on. Same is the case with the DevOps project also. We need people from different experience levels because they have their task which suits their experience. If freshers learn these tools and have knowledge of it, that would be an added advantage, so that would compensate the cost of the company for training and all. So that's an added advantage that will help you stand out of the crowd. Definitely, this is an option even for developers, even for freshers. Freshers are also having openings for it. You can search that in any job portal. And now, so DevOps is okay. DevOps, this is what is DevOps. But how is it eliminating the gap between the teams? Let me tell you. Earlier, developer, what I told you, developer is sharing the application to ops teams. Ops teams is struggling with underlying dependencies, the right versions, and it is taking some time for deployment. But now, the way developers share the application also changed. Means developers earlier used to share the artifact directly. Like what is an artifact and all we'll learn, just understand it's an output. But now the way they share the application also changed. Now they were sharing it in the containerized form as a Docker image. So once the application is shared this way to DevOps team will just run the Docker image. They need not work on the underlying dependencies like we discussed some time back. It saves a lot of time, it saves a lot of cost, it makes the features reach the end users in minutes. What is a Docker image and all, we will learn it in detail. Okay, this is just an overview, just to give you some understanding. Okay, how can deployments become faster, isn't it? This is how. There were tools for it. There were tools which need not which will overcome the challenges posed by the compatibilities, posed by the infrastructural differences, so that the deployments have become faster. DevOps will have the knowledge of Docker. Similarly, here the another point to catch. Let's say you are a developer. You still want to continue as a developer only. You don't want to become a DevOps engineer because you like development. But still you need to learn Docker, because the way of development, the way of deployment, everything changed. Earlier, developers will just share the output, the artifact. But now they are sharing in the containerized format. Means even though you don't want to become a DevOps engineer, everyone should have an idea of it. So what is a DevOps? DevOps is a methodology. It's not just a tool or a programming or something. Okay, it's a methodology. Methodology means like you have waterfall methodology. This is a different methodology. But this is a methodology which you don't acquire in a single day or tonight. It will take some time. It's a journey. It's a continuous journey of improvement and implementation. Means you may be asking, okay, pipeline is created. That's all. Is the job of DevOps engineer done? No. Like I told you, it's a continuous process of improvement and implementation. Right, there'll be always scope of automating several things and integrating into the pipeline, right? And there'll be always scope for modifying the pipeline. Broken pipelines should be fixed. There's a lot of work for DevOps engineers, right? DevOps is the, like, still even the during the hard times, DevOps engineers are the ones who are highly paid and who are still having the job market open, but only for the people with a good and strong knowledge in it. Not just, we receive so many resumes, people dumping all the DevOps tools and sending it across. When we sit for the interview, like it's not up to the market, right? So up to the need, like what is the project needs, that those are the skill set. Scarcity of DevOps is still there. Skill set is not up to the mark. So it's a right time to invest your time and learn such tools. Creating a pipeline initially may take, let's an example, okay, number of people is not a standard, just an example, 6 people. Later on, once it is created, you just need 1 or 2 on the pipeline and others will be moved to other areas like infrastructure with the Terraform, Kubernetes management and all. But as an example, so here, yes, later on just 2 people are needed. But the strongest one with this knowledge will survive in the market. You know, all the tools coming in, right? Everything is going to be automated. The person with the strongest skill set will survive in the market. And almost all the gigantic companies like Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, all of them are already implementing DevOps, and many companies, including startups, are also getting into DevOps because of its advantage. Because see, what is the main advantage? Have you ever wondered how do you see a new feature delivered overnight to the application, like let's say Amazon? You see a new feature overnight, right? Some pandemic came in, you see some new modifications, new features available on the website overnight, right? How is it possible? Because of this DevOps. Facebook, Amazon are best examples which implements DevOps, which automatically deploy their application or features to production. Of course, when I say automatically to production, it will be deployed first to lower environments, automatically tested there, acceptance testing, functional, non-functional, regression, every testing, and then deployed to production automatically within minutes. So that's what organizations need. Companies need their features to reach end users quickly, correct? So that's what DevOps is doing with the minimal cost, because everything is automated, 24/7 automation possible. So end users can see their features. So that's what companies need. So everyone is going for it. It's a methodology. Even though you want to continue as a developer or tester, everyone should know it, because your application is going through the process through this methodology. Obviously, you should have knowledge of it. So what is DevOps? Continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, and continuous monitoring is what is DevOps, and these are the reasons why DevOps came in. Am I clear? Any questions from anyone in this part? Any questions, any confusions, anything you have? So if this is clear, let us go ahead with the next part of okay, this is the presentation where we have everything, the waterfall methodology with different stages, and then the drawbacks of whatever we discuss is documented. This is like for reference, you can go through. These presentations will be provided, like you have Agile methodology, why DevOps came in, right? Whatever we discuss is available. Before I talk about this, any questions from anyone? Yes. Is this much clear? Can I go on? All right. So let us get started. Thank you all for confirming. Let's talk about like the differences between waterfall, agile, and DevOps. Okay, if you ask me to differentiate them, let me differentiate it with respect to the teams first. Let's talk about SDLC first. SDLC, you have coding, testing, delivery, and monitoring, right? You have these things one after the other, right? And each goes one after the other. Then came Agile. In Agile, development and testing are happening continuously. So continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, anything will be merged into the system and tested. But then deployment or delivery was manual, and then monitoring, right? Only after complete integration it would be deployed. But then came DevOps, with which continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, any feature will be deployed, right, and monitored. This is what is DevOps. That's the difference. And if you ask me to differentiate with respect to the teams, like yes, you have dev team, QA team, ops team, they are all working in silos. In silos means in separation. Each doesn't understand the challenges, requirements of others. They are just working in separation. But in Agile, because development and testing are happening continuously, iteratively, these two teams were brought together. Brought together doesn't mean that developer will go and write test cases, testers will write the code. No, they were having proper understanding, proper collaboration, right? They can work as single. They understand the challenges of others, but still ops team is left over. With the DevOps, even these two were brought together, which made it DevOps. That's how the name DevOps coined. DevOps means three teams actually: development team, QA, and ops. In dev, we are including QA as well. Is this making sense, and is this clear for all of you? Any questions, confusions around this? Am I good? Let's make the sessions interactive. That will help gain maximum benefit from the course. Okay, so hope this is clear for all of you. Let's move to, yeah, this is the presentation which will be provided for you. It is all there in the LMS. We have LMS learning management system, which I'll take you through in some time. So that's the difference. And then roles and responsibilities of a DevOps engineer. So the role of a DevOps engineer to work in any stage in the CI/CD pipeline. Apart from this, infrastructure management, infrastructure setup, right, and providing high availability of the application, all of these are with a DevOps engineer. When we go to each tool, we'll pick up different scenarios, which are nothing but your roles and responsibilities, right? We'll deep dive into that at that point. It's too early to discuss them here because we did not learn the tool set. But yes, you will be working in any stage on the CI/CD pipeline, infrastructure management, high availability of the application with Kubernetes. All of that would be taken care of. And then skills and tools of a DevOps engineer. So if you see here, different tools: version control systems, build automation tools, continuous integration tools, containerization tool, infrastructure as a code tool, container orchestrator, monitoring, computing services. So these are the different categories of the tools. In each category, I'm covering a master or else the market leader, which is very widely used. Like under version control systems, we are covering Git, okay, Maven under build automation tools, Jenkins under integration tools, Docker under containerization tools, Terraform and Ansible both are covered under infrastructure as a code tools, Kubernetes, Docker Swarm, monitoring tools like Prometheus, Grafana, and certain AWS services. This is just a brief list of topics we'll be covering. I'll walk you through the detailed content as well. Right, we are covering one tool under each category. If you master expertise one tool in each category, it's easy to explore others. Okay, so I'm sorry. And then the pipeline. Before talking about the pipeline, let's come to this part. Go to preethidevops.com, right? I would like to show you the LMS and how are we learning these topics. Okay, I have listed you the topics, but how are we learning? How do we do the hands-on? How are we facilitating with the lab assignments, interview questions, right? So let me walk you through this. Go to preethidevops.com and here create a free account. You can create a free account with your Gmail, right? If you create a free account with your Gmail, you will get access to our learning management system. Free trial access you will get, so that you will understand how we are providing the course material. Okay, so go and create a free account. And if you are on the home page, you will see the actual classes start from 27 July. Today it's a demo class. The actual classes starts from July 27th. Right here it is. New DevOps batch starts from 27 July at the same time, 7:30 a.m. Today is a demo. And if you want to enroll for the course, today there is a special offer for the candidates who are interested to enroll. First, I'll show you the offer and then I'll walk you through all the materials, everything we are offering. So if you go to this buy course, actual course fee is 22,000. Like this is the actual course fee. And today as an offer, you can purchase it with a coupon code of VD700. When you go to buy the course, you can provide the coupon code VD700. Here it is. Okay, VD700 is the coupon code. When you provide this coupon code, you will get a discount of 7,000 rupees. That is only for today for the candidates who join this webinar. Okay, so you can evaluate. But why you should go for this course, like how this offer is beneficial for you, let me show you. So now that's where you have to purchase the course. Any questions regarding the purchase, any help regarding the coupon, anything, you can reach out us on this WhatsApp number. This is Mr. Raj, our training counselor. He has got vast experience in career guidance and counseling. If you want your resume preparation or any knowledge any career gaps, if you want to discuss, is the right contact. Okay, that's where you can reach out for any sort of questions, including the purchase, including the coupon, anything. Now, why you should purchase this course, right? So if you go to this live training, this is your LMS, right? Your LMS, here is the free LMS trial access. If you create a free account here, you can get this LMS trial access. Go to the LMS trial access and go to your program. Like this is my program. Let's say I'm going to April batch. You will see the latest July batch. So once you go here, okay, this is your LMS, Learning Management System. Every day the recording will be posted here. After the class, recording will be posted here so that you can go through it. First day is a theoretical part, so there are no assignments here. Okay, perfect. Now if you just go to the next class, like if you go to Get, this is the recording of Get as well as the lab exercises, quizzes on that particular topic and the interview questions. And the support button, which is very important. This support is nothing but will take you to a separate private WhatsApp group. Every batch will have their own separate private WhatsApp group created with enrolled students, so that if you are stuck up during the hands-on, you can post the screenshots and avail our help. Right? That is very important. Like I told you, DevOps practicals hands-on is a mandatory and it's a must. And also people would be stuck up with the errors there. So to help you out, unblock you and go on with your hands-on, this will help you. And coming to this lab exercises. If you go to this lab exercise, day-wise lab exercise, like get day one. Once we start, get the day one exercises here, right? Similarly, every day, like you go to the next day, okay, get day two assignments will be there. Get day two assignments. And of course, quiz pertaining to that particular day too. Quiz is important to register to understand your learning. You can retake this quiz multiple times and until you get perfect, thorough with the concepts. That's how the quiz will help you, right? And and one more thing. So day wise is there. And if you want to just go through all of them in one go, like if you want to see all the assignments in one go, lab assignments, topic wise is also there, day wise is there, see topic wise. Like let's say you want to check all the assignments, yes, you can do. See all the Git 5 days assignments here, a quiz for each day is also available there. This LMS is created with all our experience curated, right? Because I know what challenges candidates would face during the hands-on. I know challenges and difficulties what candidates would face during the interviews and during the project work, right? So keeping those things in my mind, because I am into DevOps almost from 9 years or more than so. And also I have a training experience for DevOps, corporate as well online training experience. So with all my experience, this course, this LMS is created so that it will help students learn thoroughly. Within 2 months, students should get ready to achieve their goal. It's not that after 6 months, after 1 year you go, because we know what to teach, what is the market need. Okay, so on so topic is important in the projects. We use those particular topics. Those are given importance here. Not that you just learn all the mess and which are no more important in reality. You should learn what is needed for the market, what it is needed in the projects. So that is the focus and that's how this is created, which help your learning path smooth. Because see, if you take Git, you can see Git a plethora of materials over the internet for Git or Docker, anything. You can learn from anywhere, anyone can teach. But this sort of guidance, step by step, will help you reach your goal with this. Because I know you might be also working professionals, you might be students achieving your career path and all, going on your career. If you want to take up this alongside and make your goals, you make your dreams come true, you need definitely a guidance. That guidance should be structured, well designed, coming from an experienced professional. This is what it is, right? And out of all of this, the most important thing is the interview questions. Again, interview questions are there tool wise, right? Like if you take GET again, beginner level interview questions, intermediate level, advanced, scenario based. It's not just the interview questions are not just dumped from the internet, because like I already told you, these are created with a proper like a proper experience. With all my experience, what are the questions asked in the interview and all, you can take up level wise, right? This interview questions have got lot of good feedback from the people who attended and done well in their interviews, right? They have cleared their interviews. If you have an interview schedule in a couple of days, this is the right place to go for, right? A kind of revision, a kind of recap, and understand what sort of questions you get in interviews, which is very, very important and which is having a very good feedback. So you can go for it. So interview questions, lab assignments, quiz, right? The LMS free trial sample resumes are there. Will also help you. The tailor-made resumes, if you need any help, you can reach out to Mr. Raj for that, right? All of these are available coming up with this course for the offer price of 15,000 rupees for today, which is unbeatable market price. Go and avail the offer, because you would never see this offer again. That's the best price we are offering for the candidates who are very serious to make a move in their career, because we respect your time. You're all joining on your weekend, on your Sunday morning, right? So and we expect that like you are all interested and serious about your career move. So that's the reason we are providing this offer for the candidates who join this webinar. Any questions, anything you have, you can ask me. And if you want to go to the detailed course content also, it's available here. The syllabus. Here is the syllabus. Of course, it's covered more than the one which is documented here, because there are a lot many things added up, like Orgo CD is added up, JFrog is added up. Those are not listed here. Like I told you, right, course content will be continuously upgraded, right? Because as per the market trend. So those are the new tools added, but that's not updated in this page. Any questions, any concerns, anything, you can let me know. And this is the buy course option, button from where you can purchase the course. Okay, I see a hand raised from Shalini. Shalini, I have allowed you to unmute. If you have any questions, you can unmute and go ahead. Okay, there is a question from Nagaraju. Is it a Azure DevOps? Okay, let me tell you, there is nothing like Azure DevOps, AWS DevOps, on-prem DevOps. Okay, here we are learning DevOps irrespective of the platform. The main agenda of the course is we learn DevOps here irrespective of the platform. Means after learning this course, you would be able to implement your DevOps or on-prem or on AWS or Azure irrespective of the platform. That is the agenda of the course, because DevOps is a methodology. It's not a platform dependent. You should be able to implement this DevOps on any platform. Okay, so here that is the main agenda. As an example, so once you complete this course, you can implement DevOps. You will be ready to implement it on on-prem or any cloud. So in the cloud, as an example, I'm covering it on AWS, but it's not any cloud specific. Hope I answered this question. And there were two more hand raises, Kanan and Shalini. You can unmute and speak.
Yeah, hi Preethi, Shalini this side.
Hi, sir.
Till how long we'll be able to access these courses?
Courses will be, you mean after the completion of the course?
Yes, sorry, these
LMS
documents
access,
and
right?
recorded videos.
Recorded
Yes.
videos, the LMS access will be for lifetime, even the WhatsApp support group. As long as we have WhatsApp, yes, you have the WhatsApp support as well. Because the
Oh,
main agenda is not just complete the course and wrap it up. It is up to like a student should reach their goal. Like they should, if they want to make a career move or if they want to clear the interview, our support will be there for them. even after the
Okay,
course.
so we'll be able to access the latest one, right? Like,
Yes, as
if
of
any.
now,
Hmm.
sorry, go on, please.
Yeah, like now we are taking this course, right, of July month.
Mm.
So this will be only access for the lifetime or any new like new months courses will be able to access.
Okay. If you enroll
Hmm.
now, right? If you enroll now, because the course starts from July 27th, right? So you will be provided
Yes.
previous recordings also, previous batch recordings as well. One second.
Okay.
So you will be getting once the pre-recorded videos as well, because until the batch starts in till 27th, you can also go through them and learn it. So once the batch starts, you will get the latest one July. So you will get access, lifetime access for the batch you have enrolled into. Means you will have lifetime access for your July batch and the pre-recordings which you already got as you enrolled.
Okay. Thank you.
Hope that's clear now. The July
Yeah,
batch
Preeti.
recordings, whichever you have enrolled, will be there for lifetime access, as well as the pre-recordings which you get because you're enrolling like 2 weeks before that also. Whatever you get access now will be there for lifetime.
Yeah, it is clear, Preeti. Thank you.
Right. And Kannan, I see a hand raise. Any questions, you can unmute and go ahead.
I see the some of the topic covered in AWS related.
Mm-hmm.
So it's giving the details, full details, or just covering initial topic.
Which one? Which one you're talking about?
AW code pipeline, code commit.
Completely, it will be covered. AWS
Uh,
pipeline, AWS services will be covered,
s-
and like whatever I have listed will be covered. Apart from this, in AWS particularly, EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service, which is a the service which has a lot of demand in the market, will also be covered. That's not a free service, even I'm covering it. That will
so
be having a very good demand. Yes, please.
so it's considered as a AWS DevOps, right?
No, it's not
Uh,
AWS Service, because here as a platform, as an example, like I told you, I'm covering EKS service, right? I'm also
yes.
covering Kubernetes on-prem. I'm covering
Okay.
both. Just that's what I'm telling. I'm covering a DevOps irrespective of the platform. Means after you complete this course, you can implement this DevOps on any platform. Okay, so
Okay.
on-prem and on cloud. So on-prem I'm covering. How I'll simulate on-prem environment, I'll show you. And the on-cloud I'm covering example as AWS. That's not AWS bound. Only specific services like AWS code pipeline I'm covering. It doesn't mean like it's just to AWS. Of course, it's an AWS service, but a similar service will be there in Azure which you can pick up and work on it. Those are very less used. Like if you see code pipeline, code commit, those are very less used when compared with other DevOps tools. But as an example, I'm covering them. You will find a similar services in other clouds. That would be
Azure.
self-explanatory.
Okay. Okay.
If you
Uh,
know, see, companies are looking for, like I told you, we categorize, right? Some time back, if you see, just let me show you. So if you see version control tools, there are so many tools, Git, SVN, TFS, and so on. Similarly, Jenkins, you have Go CD, you have Travis CA and all. I am covering market leaders, the more widely used, so that you get more exposure, more opportunities. Even though if you want to go to other tool, like let's say you learned Git, if you want to work on SVN, it was very similar, follow similar analogy. Also, interview panelists were looking for people who have knowledge in one tool under the category. They are not expecting you to learn all the tools under the category. Same is the case with the cloud. They're expecting people to have knowledge in one cloud so that they would move on to any other cloud as per the requirement, because tools are emerging daily, clouds are evolving daily, new tools are coming, new clouds are coming up. So people should not be bound to any particular tool or a cloud. If you know one tool, see the tools under the same category would work in a similar fashion. That's the expectation from the companies or from the interviewers as well.
Okay, and you mentioned the Terraform, right? So
Hmm.
Terraform working with AWS or other
Terraform
cloud?
is the tool, infrastructure provisioning tool. It
Yes.
can help you provision infrastructure on any cloud, on AWS as well, or in Azure or GCP, whatever it is. If you
Yes.
know how to provision infrastructure with AWS, it is similar with any cloud.
Okay. Now, are you going to explain with
I am
the
covering
AWS or
for AWS. As a, like I
AWS?
told you, as an example of cloud will be AWS here in the course.
Okay. 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 And this offer is only today, right?
Yes, it will be only for today.
Any timeline or just
Like better
like
you wrap up before 9 end of the day today. Today, in the sense, it would be 12 o'clock, but I don't expect people in India would be there till 12 o'clock, right? Today, in the sense, end of the day. Sorry, end of
okay.
the day today.
If suppose if I mean pay I forget to pay money today, so tomorrow or after 1 week I'm going to pay. So what is the
It will not be available. Like I told you, this offer will be available today because that's the best price we can offer for it. We wouldn't extend it. People who are interested and who can make a decision today can avail this offer today.
okay? Okay, thank you.
Right, thanks. And there's a question from Nagaraju, difference between Azure and AWS. Those are different clouds, Nagaraju. Again, what is a cloud? I'll explain you in the course. Okay, what will, like I told you, we'll go from the basic step. What is a cloud? Why do you need a cloud? And one more thing, when I'm covering any cloud topic or any tool for that matter, it's not just because course topic 1 is get cover, get topic 2 is the next. No, it comes with the scenario base. It's all scenario based. We'll pick up AWS services as per the scenario, as per the use case. It's not just because we should complete the course, just go through each topic one by one. We'll be going scenario based. Like let's say you need a new deployment server, right? Like that's where we'll use Terraform. That's where I'll pick up Terraform and spin up the infrastructure, right? And then go with the next part of Kubernetes. Maybe you want to deploy Docker. And that's how we'll go through it. It's not just like covering the topics as because like it's in the list of the content as per the scenario. And AWS is a platform. It is spread throughout the course. As per the requirement, we'll be picking up the services and we'll be covering them. And here, if you see CI/CD, it's a Git where people are developers write the code and place it in Git. Once they make any commit, we have a continuous integration like Jenkins, which will pull the code and do the continuous pulls and then execute the test cases and then deploy it. See, all the tools whichever are used are listed here, and then continuous monitoring and then send the feedback. This is just a high level overview of the CI/CD pipeline we'll be covering in this course. And there's a question from Rakesh. Any live projects like pipelines or deployments, is it based on Java, .NET or PHP? Rakesh, this CI/CD pipeline will be covered in the course on two projects, a monolithic project and a microservice project, so that you get exposure. And here again, this DevOps pipelines are not dependent on whether it is a Java application or .NET or PHP, irrespective of the technology in which the application is developed. Irrespective of the platform, the methodology works similarly. So you don't need to bother whether this is a Java application or PHP application or so. Similarly, you don't need to bother whether this is on AWS cloud or Azure, right? So that's how we implement this pipeline on multiple applications. And also when we are building this pipeline, it's not just built in an overnight or in a day. How we'll get started is first we'll focus on this part. Master get thoroughly from basics till advanced so that you can cover any type of interview question there. Then come and learn Jenkins. Once you learn them, integrate and create a pipeline. Then learn Maven and add it to the pipeline. Then learn test case execution in the pipeline. We will not write test case. Once test case are given, how do you execute in the pipeline? We will learn. Then learn Docker, come back and add it to the pipeline. That's how the pipeline will be built day by day, zooming into each part. We'll zoom into each section whichever I have blocked, and learn it thoroughly, come back and add it to the pipeline. That's how this pipeline creation will take some time, 2 months almost, and we'll create this pipeline on two projects in the course, and I'll be sharing you additional projects also if you are interested to execute, right? So that's how step by step we'll build the pipeline. You learn the tool, it's not just you learn the tool and wrap it up. Learn the tool, come back and fit it in the pipeline. That's how you will see how these tools work in integration. Okay, and as an example, we'll be implementing this on a cloud platform. Hope this is clear for everyone. And how to do the lab setup? Yes, lab setup will be at your own pace. You can do. We'll create a free lab setup on AWS. And we'll create the pipelines and all irrespective. I mean, as we do on an on-prem without using AWS services, just using a AWS VMs, will create the pipeline without using AWS managed services for DevOps, like a kind of on-prem. That's one kind of setup we'll do. Second thing is we'll also use AWS managed services to build the pipeline. That's an example for cloud. That's how on-prem version means. DevOps will be learned here irrespective of the platform, irrespective of the technology which the application is developed in. That's the one-line summary. And we master every tool here and add it to the pipeline. Hope that makes sense and clear for you. Day-wise assignments, day-wise quiz will be there, which help you master each topic on that particular day before you join the next class. That's how you gain maximum benefit from the course without just piling up the things and learn after the course. No, by the end of the course, you all should be ready to showcase your resume in the market.
Preeti, all the classes will be taken by you only, right?
Right. I am the only instructor here. I'll be covering this completely. And all the class recordings will be posted. Like we have people from different time zones as well. So they will watch the recordings. They're passive learners, but will post the queries in the WhatsApp group. That's how we have learners as well. So you will get everyday class recording in case for any sort of reasons, if you miss, you will still have the recording. GitHub Action will not be covered here, Kanan. GitHub Action is a different part. It's an equivalent to Jenkins. Jenkins is more widely used and has more demand, so Jenkins will be covered here. And GitHub will be covered. Any more questions? Anything else from anyone? And please create a free account here so that you can get a free LMS trial access so that you can experience the LMS and see the benefits of it, and you can have a trial version. So create a free account and get the free LMS access. If any sort of questions regarding the course, regarding the timeline, regarding the like career gaps, if you want to discuss, or career guidance or counseling, if you want, you can reach out to Mr. Raj. I just covered an overview and a big picture of DevOps today and have walked you through the LMS and all. And the actual topic starts from 27th July. Any more questions from anyone? All right.
Is
Yes, please.
the weekend classes?
No, classes will be from Monday to Friday. Saturday and
Okay.
Sunday will be off. Only the demo session will be on Sunday. Actual
Okay.
classes will be from Monday to Friday.
Okay.
So that you will get those 2 days to revise the topics covered in that particular week and do the hands-on. And some days, like if we need to like discuss anything extended, if the topics goes extended, that's where we may be taking some Saturdays, but Sunday will not be having any session. But that Saturday will be informed ahead, and that's how we'll plan.
So 2 hours classes per day, right?
7:30 to 9 o'clock, 1.5 hour session.
1.5
hour, 15 minutes, and the last 15 minutes for all the questionnaire or the assignments you have gone through the previous day.
Okay.
So that is all from my end for today. Please reach out us on this number. If anyone want to talk to me also, you can reach out to Mr. Raj and schedule a call. So that is all from my end. Thank you all once again for joining on your weekend and spending your valuable time here. And wish you all good luck and see you all in the course. Any further queries, please reach out to us on this number. Thank you all. Have a good day. Happy weekend. Thank you all once again. Bye, everyone.